Hello, welcome to another episode of our Speakeasy podcast. Hello, John. How are we doing today?
Hello, Ken. Doing just fine.
All right. I'm glad to hear.
How are you?
I am doing great. And we have beers.
We do. Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Can I get your best British accent?
My best British accent. Can I bother you for some tea and crumpets, please?
Oh, you like the tea and crumpets?
Oh, cheerio.
Oh.
Why are you doing this, John? Why are you saying this?
I searched high and low, and I found a couple of beers from England, the UK.
Oh.
Have a little shrimp on the barbie.
That's Australia, first and foremost. So don't insult either one of them with your accents. And
My
I'm probably
bad.
doing it as well with mine.
How about this? Hey, England, we kicked your ass in 1776.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they beat us in soccer, didn't they?
Maybe. So this is called Seven Brothers.
Yes.
And the T in Brothers is a 7. And this is called just Juicy IPA.
Juicy IPA.
Juicy IPA.
Keep it simple.
Simple, stupid.
Yes.
It's 6%, and it is coming out of Manchester, England.
Oh, Manchester.
I don't know where that is.
I know Manchester United.
Brace yourself. This fruity, hazy IPA takes tropical to another level. Dry hopped for that citrusy stone fruit buzz. It's got bags of body.
Well,
It's got bags of body.
that sounds like body bags to me. But yes.
Put them in a body bag.
It's
Johnny.
tough because we make such great craft beers here. So let's see if they'll give us a run for our money, huh?
It's basically a juicy New England IPA coming from England.
Yes. Let's give it a nose. And what was the ABV on that again?
6.
6. I'm getting tropical. I'm getting
Getting fish and chips.
fish and chips. It smells almost like it's not New England though.
My expectations are not high after the smell.
I'm thinking tart, almost sour with this smell. But let's see. Let's find out. Cheers, buddy. We haven't had this, so. I like it, dude. I kind of really like that, actually. I'm getting that tropical taste.
There's not much to it though.
No.
It's not hoppy at all.
Yeah, I don't know how to define this.
I don't either.
All right. There's definitely some bitterness there, but not as
Not
hoppy as what we're
much.
used to. Yeah.
It doesn't taste like what I thought it would taste like.
No.
I did not think I was going to like this at all. There's not much to it. It's watery.
I don't know. Is that what it is?
I feel like it's watery.
It feels like it's a little weak on certain things, but I think as far as the description goes, they hit the nail on the head with it. I think it does taste tropical.
You think it's got bags of body?
It doesn't. I think it has bags of body. Yes. It's. Are we missing on some kind of lingo or term here or something? I don't know. Bags of body.
I really can't decide if I. It's not bad.
I think if
It's
I were
like plain Jane.
if I were out in England or any of those European countries out there, and I was drinking their old school beers, and like your Newcastle or something of that sort from out there, and I was missing craft beers, and I had this, I think I'd be happy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Yep.
Yeah.
Walking into a brewery in England or Manchester, wherever, and you see something that says Juicy IPA, I think that would be like, what?
Well,
Really?
Because we have that connotation. We have that in our head. This is what we affiliate it with is New England style,
Yeah.
juicy, hazy IPAs.
Right.
So, I mean,
It's really not. It's an India Pale Ale.
yeah. But this, I'm getting juicy on it, though. It is juicy. It's just not it's not what we're used to as far as juicy goes.
Right.
There's a little bit more maltiness, I think, on this.
Yep.
The finish is sweet. I just want to keep drinking it, though, man. I don't know. I kind of like.
See, the more I drink it, the more I'm like, I'm over it.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of feeling it. I don't know. I think as far as, we can't judge all English craft beers on this. If I were to put it up against like an other half like we had not too long ago,
It wouldn't stand a chance.
yes, I don't think it would stand a chance against something like that.
We'd win that war again.
But that's also our palate, so that's what we're used to. We're used to beers like this. Over there might be totally different.
Right. This might be heavy for them.
Yeah, it could be. It could be.
You've been to England.
I have been to England, actually.
Did you have any beer in England besides a Boddington?
I don't. Besides, yeah, I had beers. Yes, absolutely. While I was out there,
Too far though. You don't remember.
it was quite some time ago, and I probably had some more of their traditional things. You know,
Yeah.
it's like when I went to Ireland, I had Guinness.
Guinness,
you
yeah.
know,
Right.
I'm not necessarily saying, "Oh, I need to find a craft beer right now." You know,
You want to drink what they're known for.
yes. England's cool, man. Though, I'm like I've said before, I'm kind of a closet. Not so closet now if I'm announcing it here, Harry Potter fan.
Oh.
And I've been to Warner Brothers Studios over there and have experienced some of that. Piccadilly Circus, I've been over there. Nice, cool little area with some good shops and bars and things of that sort.
I don't know that Piccadilly.
Yeah. Yeah, so if I'm saying that right. But it's cool, the whole experience, the phone booths on the street, you know, the red phone booths and all that stuff.
Did you go to the Palace, the Queen? Did you see the Queen?
So when I was there, yes, we did go to the palace, and the flag was up, which I think means the Queen was
She's
there.
home, right?
Yeah. She was there. We didn't talk or have tea together. But
She didn't say, Ken, come in. What are you...
she did wave from the window.
Oh, okay.
And she was wearing her crown when she did it. And
Just the crown?
She was like that, and
Just the crown?
just the crown, and she was wearing some. All right, I don't want to
Yeah,
get
I
into
don't know where you're going with it.
because even then she was damn old. That was
Yeah.
the one that was 20 years ago, but
She was like 90.
yeah,
20 years ago.
yeah, exactly. But England's cool, man. The one thing I noticed though when I was there, I don't know if it's everywhere, just for maybe it was just a coincidence. Everywhere I went, the bars didn't have stools and people were standing up around the bar. or
Really?
something. And it was also weird because you had to order your food at the bar. There was like no waiters or anything. So if you want to sit down and get a table, you would look at their menu. I don't remember where the menu was, but maybe they grabbed it. I can't recall. But anyways, and then when you're ready to order, you walk up to the bar and say, "This is what I want."
Interesting.
And I think some places brought the food to you, and other places you had like a buzzer or something, and you would have to go back to the bar to grab your food,
Right.
which saves on service, I guess.
Guess so.
So it was. I remember that. I remember
Was it raining the whole time? Isn't England known to be like gloomy and rainy?
foggy, I
Foggy,
guess, like
yeah.
London fog.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jack the Ripper. Did you see Jack the Ripper?
No, I did not see Jack the Ripper. But if I recall correctly, I think the weather actually was pretty decent when we went. We went to the Eye of London. That's the big Ferris wheel.
The Ferris wheel there?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
It's huge. Thing's giganto.
Did you see Big Ben?
Yes. Hey, kids, there's Big Ben.
Parliament. I can't get left.
The roundabouts. We saw the roundabouts, too. And
Did London Bridge fall down while you were there?
no, it did not.
They should do that. They should every once in a while. They should collapse it.
And we went to the Tower of London. And
That's not the same thing as Big Ben.
No.
No.
No. And we saw there's so much history there, and it's interesting.
I'd love to go to England.
Well, it's interesting because here in America, we can go somewhere like McSorley's and it says built 1800 and something. When you're out in England and you go to some of these bars, it says established 1490 whatever.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my god.
It's the OGs out there, man.
Yes, they've been doing it for some time.
A little bit.
And but it was interesting. What was it? I think it was Alexander the Great. So you saw the actual armor that these kings and everything in these like museums there, Tower of London, all that stuff, and you see all this cool stuff. But I think it was Alexander the Great. He had his suit of armor, but where his package was, it was like very big.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, I thought that was hilarious. It's like a thing, dude. Look it up.
Wow.
Yeah, he was compensated. He
was
wasn't
hung like a barbarian?
No, I think he just was trying to make it seem like he was. Yes.
Oh.
So it was like extra.
That's funny. I gotta look that up.
Yes. But yeah, cool spot. Good fish and chips.
Yeah, I bet.
You know,
But chips are French fries there. They're not chips.
Yes, chips are French fries. Their chips would be crisps, I think.
Crisps. Right,
Yes,
right, right.
yeah. Food was delicious. As far as that goes, different culture, not too far off from here.
Okay.
I think as far as European countries are probably closest to us.
It's probably just getting used to the driving, right? Driving on the wrong side.
Wrong side of the road. Yeah.
Did you drive while you were there?
No. Underground.
Underground.
Yeah, that's the train, the subways or whatever over there. Yeah.
No Uber.
No, I don't think Uber was really around back when I went. Cool spot, and I'm happy that we had a beer that brought us talking about it because it was a good experience.
Yeah, I would love to go there.
Yeah.
I mean, if I were to go to Europe, it would probably be, and I'm Italian, it would probably be Ireland, England, Italy,
Okay.
Amsterdam, Prague.
Amsterdam. None of the Slavic, like Finland, Netherlands, I think,
No.
Iceland.
No.
They're cool, man. It's supposed to be the happiest places in the world.
That's Disney World.
It's like Switzerland too. I think that's part of it too. I don't know. Maybe it is.
Their chocolate's all right.
Or Sweden. I think maybe it was Sweden.
I'm not into blondes.
Yeah. Sure.
But yeah, I would love to do, like I said, Ireland, England, Italy, Greece.
Yeah.
Yeah, England's definitely up there.
I've had some of the greatest times out there. You can just sit down, awesome, chill people, have a beer.
Slower out there, right?
Yeah, well, things are different.
Yeah.
Certain, I think not as much in England as it is like mainland, like Greece and stuff. That it's a little bit
That's
slower. Yeah, people are much more. Italy, much more relaxed with things. Yeah. But it was cool. Like I said, you can go out. You can any of these countries, you can just sit at a bar, talk, and chill and relax.
Yeah, that's nice.
Beer brings people together. I feel like, man. I think it's
100%.
What was that Benjamin Franklin saying or something? What was it along the lines of beer is proof that
Beer's proof that
God loves us. That's it.
and wants us to be happy.
Imagine like if Putin and Zelensky and any of these, these leaders had a beer
Guys,
together.
Let's chill out. Let's crack open this beer. I got this
Yeah.
other half. You want to share this other half?
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about it.
I know.
Have a beer share. Don't fight. Have a beer share. Putin, you bring a few. Zelensky, you bring a few. And let's share.
They bring some Russian beers. They bring some Ukrainian beers. And you all get together and just BS.
Figure it the fuck out.
Get pissed drunk. I think get pissed drunk. And if you want to go as far as like a fist fight here and there, and just say whoever wins,
The biggest dick.
Yeah. No, I don't know if we go that far, but and they did something like that and had beers and and Putin just goes, I just want to do this and that's all I want, and Zelensky's like, all right,
I would let you if you ask me.
All you have to do is ask.
You didn't have to come in like this.
And then at the end they're like, I love you, man.
They became Mexican. I love you.
I love you, man.
I love you, man.
Dame tu besos.
Why you come into my country?
But imagine, do you think beer can bring this world together? Beer or any spirit for that matter,
I do, because some of our funnest times are when we get together with the guys and we have a beer share. We each bring a few beers, and it's so chill.
Yes.
We're not playing beer pong, and we're not doing this. We're sitting on like a chair, and we're all talking, and we pour each, and we all sip it at the same time, and we look at each other and go, dude, that's pretty good. Thanks for bringing that.
Yes.
And we just chill out, and we talk.
Yes.
Life would be. That's it.
Beautiful.
That's it.
Beautiful.
When you go to a bar, what do? You talk to the bartender. It's a guy sitting, not at like a club, but like an old man bar. You go up and Ken, what's up, man? How was your week? Cheers. I
find that nowadays, when, like, for instance, recently we had filmed not too long ago. I mentioned I was at Fox and Hare.
Fox and Hare, yep.
And I was sitting next to an older gentleman, probably in his 70s. He had mentioned he was a retired cop in New York, and he just talking about things, like, and just having a long conversation. He's bringing up, we were talking about McSorley's, and he's just going on and on about his experiences there and things that he dealt with and fun times he's had there. And I was talking about fun times I had there. And it was just such a great conversation. Are we losing that in society? Are we losing that in life now? I wonder.
Yes, because if somebody sits down next to you and starts talking to you, you're standoffish. You're like, what the?
Yeah.
Is he going to rob me?
But the old timers are different. The old
timers,
yeah, they will just talk to you. Let's not lose that, people. I think it's something great that we have.
I think that's what it is, though. People approach somebody else and you get creeped out right away or defensive right away.
Yeah, yeah. But I always consider myself an old soul, so I actually
me too.
I kind of and I think 90% of the time when I do go to a bar, it is by myself, and then the other 10% is with my guy friends. So,
people think that's weird, man. I don't mind going to a little place by myself, have a little meal, read a paper, talk to the bartender,
or talk to yourself.
Talk to yourself. They might call the cops, but
but that's what I enjoy. I enjoy that. I enjoy having a conversation
I don't mind it at
with
all.
someone totally random and just having. I've met so many people just sitting at a bar having a drink. Someone going to me, "How is that beer?"
Yeah,
and then it goes from there.
I told you one day. I'm not sure if I brought it up. I went to Bricks just to pick up, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have a beer while I'm here.
Yeah, that's the wrong. You can never do that.
But some guy was standing next to me. He was by himself, and he was trying to take a selfie of himself with the menu behind him. And he was older. He said he wanted to send it to his son.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, you want me to just take that for you? Like, you're having a hard time. He's like, please, please. He's like, I want my son to see that I'm here. And blah, blah, blah. I was like, cool. So I tell you, and then we started bullshitting.
Yeah.
I was by myself. He was by himself.
An older gentleman. He said
he was
that.
older than me. Yeah. So it's cool. I mean, I think when you go somewhere by yourself, it brings people to talk to you more.
Well, you're kind of out of your element, too, as well. You don't have that support system of friends or family near you. There's always that edge there, and you're kind of like... But then there's also that freedom there as well. You feel like, screw it,
Yeah.
I'll talk to you, whatever.
And I said, I think when people see you alone, it makes yourself more of an approachable person.
Yes.
I don't think people really think you're strange or whatever.
Yes.
I mean, people are nosy. They probably want to know your story. Why are you sitting there by yourself? But you're more approachable when you're alone than if you're with like a group of people.
Yes. And now I think about it, that night or that late afternoon, I had there was two different separate people that sat next to me that were older that I had a conversation. Yeah. The first guy he had like $100 bill and he couldn't. The cashier's like, the bartender's like, I gotta. She was like nervous because she's like she didn't know what to do with a $100 bill.
Break it.
Yeah, and I so happened to had a couple 50s in my wallet, and I was like, hey, no, here, take 2 50s and give me the 100, whatever. I'm fine, whatever, I don't care. And the guy starts talking. He's like, you can't use cash anywhere anymore. He's like, it used to be cash is king. What happened? Yeah. So that was the first guy, and then the second guy, it was a conversation about, it was Chinese New Year that day, and he said it was a lot of people on the street, and he said this person, I guess because of all the crowds and everything for Chinese New Year, there was someone that walking right like next to him and just kept coughing and coughing and coughing, and he's like, kind of like, what the heck, man?
So it turned into a racist conversation.
Well, no, not necessarily. I had brought up the one time I was at Restaurant Depot, and some guy it was right when the pandemic was about to start. It was
Chinese.
It was just rumors. No, it wasn't Chinese. And he was coughing like right next to me, and I actually said something. I'm like, dude, come on, man. Yeah. I'm like, come on, don't you watch the news?
You can't be doing that.
You can't be doing that. And that was before the chaos really began, but it was about to begin. And our conversation started there, and it was great. I had a good time.
I think good beer, good people could definitely do the world some good, man.
Uh-huh.
It's like everybody take a chill pill, relax.
How often?
Have a drink.
Let me ask you, how often do you get sentimental, like when you drink, and then you think, when you're kind of tipsy, you're like, I'm gonna call that person. I want to tell them that I love them because that's what I should do, and that's how I feel. Yeah. And
if you ask my wife, she'll tell you when I'm in the bag and I don't remember what's going on. If I usually start crying about something. Yeah.
Yes, it is just
in
the emotions.
1985, I killed my aunt's dog, and I didn't mean to.
For me, it's more like I should tell my mom I love her more. Things like that, and I tell myself, I'm like, I got to say, soon. I got to say, And then it's almost like me, drunk Ken, telling sober Ken, you better do it.
When we wake up, you better call your
when
mom.
we wake up. And I usually do it. I really do.
Yeah.
I really do. I'm like, you know what? I told myself that it's almost like my subconscious told myself, you need to do this more. You know, I think people like drunk Ken better than sober Ken. So, you know.
Yeah.
And but it happens, and I think it's something that brings out it makes you more open, more susceptible, more vulnerable. And vulnerable, I think, is not always a bad thing. So
No, 100% no.
if it brings out those you know, good and sometimes you squash things, like say you run into a friend that you had a falling out with or beef or something, and then you both are drinking, and then all of a sudden you're like, dude,
You're actually pretty cool, man. I'm sorry.
yeah, like, you know, you squash things of that sort. So
Yeah.
that's always a good feeling, you know.
But it could get ugly on the other hand, too, you know? Some people don't know how to handle their liquor.
Yes, some people, it actually goes the opposite direction.
Yeah.
I think you need to be that at that point where you're just before you're drunk. You're almost like a good buzz, like a really good buzz.
Yeah.
And, you know, and you can't really cross that line.
What kind of drunk are you?
It depends. There is that, what we just discussed.
Is
And
there a nasty drunk, Ken?
more like short. I have a
Short fuse?
Short fuse. Yes, more of a short
A little
fuse.
standoffish?
Yes, I can be like that, and it's.
Is that beer muscles? Is that what they call beer
I
muscles?
don't know. So it's more like this. I can be, even when I'm tanked, can be someone's best friend until someone else who is drunk goes and does something stupid.
Yeah.
Then I will flip, you
Right,
know,
right.
which has happened before, unfortunately. And, you know, someone says something, does something stupid. Say you're with your wife and someone, you know, puts this has happened to me before, you know, where with in relationships in the past where someone's put their hand around your significant other or whatever, and you're like, you know, you lose it. You're like, you see me right here. If there's a wedding band or something, you know, people aren't blind. Like, I don't like when people have nerve. That's my whole thing.
People like to push buttons.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, because the way I look at it is, I would never think about that. If someone was obviously with someone, you know, a boyfriend or girlfriend or something of that sort, you know, you're obviously not going to try to hit on some random guy when he's with his girl. When people have the nerve to do something like that, that's when I lose.
Well, that's a different story. Sober or drunk,
Yes. And usually my bad drunkenness comes out of people who are even more drunk that do something offensive, do something to one of my friends, which is usually the case, where I almost or have gotten into fights in the past, you know. You know, because I always said I don't care if I get my ass kicked because, you know, what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to not just stand there and watch bad things happen. So
I've gotten my ass kicked quite a few times.
We probably both have, yeah.
And I deserved it.
You know.
But I stuck up for people. That's why I got my ass kicked.
So maybe you didn't deserve it then.
No, I didn't deserve it. They deserved it. But
yeah, I don't know.
I'm the opposite. I don't think I get too standoffish, beer muscly, quick to fight when I'm drinking. I think I'm more of a like a maybe a little sentimental.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I think I say the same thing over and over again. Yeah, I think I'm more of that. Like, am I a good father? You know, like shit like that. I think I'm more standoffish and wanting to start a fight when I'm sober, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't have tolerance for people.
Well, as the years have gone by, I feel like my tolerance has gone up. Where I kind of
for people, for stupidity.
Yeah, only because you know it's a different story now. When you have children, things like that, you're kind of like, all right, I'm over this. I'm done with stuff like this. You know, when I was younger, you know, I remember when I was in Montreal, I had my one friend who was getting dragged out by a bouncer. But they pulled his shoulder. He had a bad shoulder. They pulled it out of his socket while they were trying to drag him out, and his shoulder was like dangling. And they were grabbing him, and I went from behind the bouncer and I grabbed him and put him in a headlock. And I said, "Get off him," because they were hurting him, you know. Yeah. And then another bouncer.
It's like some George Floyd shit.
Yes, another bouncer grabbed me in a headlock, and it was so bad because it was so, it was bad when the other bouncers were screaming at the bouncer that had me in a headlock
To let go.
Yeah, saying let go of him, let go. The guy
George Floyd shit.
He was roided out.
He was trying to kill you.
So he dragged me to the ground, came over my head and knocked me in the face. I had a black eye for the whole weekend. and yeah, that was Montreal.
Wow. All right. Staying out of Montreal.
Yeah, he's like, how about this punch, eh?
Yeah. I'll kick your ass, eh?
He was big, dude. He was a big, big dude, man.
Canada and Baltimore. 2 places I got to stay away from.
Yeah, in Baltimore, yes.
Baltimore. Bad things always happen when we go to Baltimore.
It seems like it. Yeah. Yes. But those are the times you remember.
You know what? That's right. These are the times to remember, and they will not last forever. These are the days to hold on to. That's it.
Who's singing? What song is that?
To Billy Joel.
Oh, it is. Yeah. I'm like, what the heck? It's in my head. I can't.
Yeah. So beer, I think, would bring
the world
peace.
World peace. What's the answer? Beer. Like, think about Germany and Oktoberfest, and everyone's
All
together.
the good beer.
Zigga, zagga, zigga. Oh,
Yeah.
everyone's just hanging out.
Can you imagine that?
Now, speaking of bringing things together, let's bring another one together. Let's bring these glasses together after this next beer. What do we have here?
This one is an odd one.
Okay.
We did something similar to this years and years and years ago at the International Atlantic City Beer Festival.
The International.
They had a banana bread beer.
A banana?
That was strange.
Would we go bananas over it? That's the question. Oh.
BANANA.
What was that one from...
I don't remember the name of it, but I do see it in stores everywhere. And Plank Pizza always has it.
Yeah.
It wasn't this, though.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah.
Pour this one and keep talking,
Right.
and I'm going to see if I can find it.
So this is from Eagle Brewery. This is banana bread. This is coming in at, it's low, 5.2.
All right.
And this is out of the UK as well. It's a weird address, but it is, it's coming over there.
All right. I'm looking forward to trying this one.
Whoa. That is a banana.
This is the Eagle one you said?
Eagle.
That's interesting because that's what's popping up now. But the original...
No, it wasn't Eagle.
Was it Wells? Was it Wells or something like that? Let me look it up. Yes. Was that it? Wells Banana Bread Beer, I think it was.
I don't think that's it.
And now it's owned. Yeah, but it came up, and it came back to my memory. That's the label
Really?
there, John. Look, is that the label?
That might be the label.
Yeah.
Wells. That doesn't sound familiar, though.
It was familiar to me. And when you click on the picture, look, when you click on the picture for Wells Banana Bread, it says Eagle now.
So you think it's the same company and they took it over?
I think so. I feel like that might be the... Yes, look. Eagle Brewery, formerly Charles Wells.
All right.
Well, there we are.
Look at this.
That was it.
So we have had this before.
Yes, under a different name.
Under a different name a long, long time ago.
And I remember thinking it was pretty good, if I remember correctly.
I think it was interesting.
And what is it? What kind of... Is it...
It's just an ale. It's
an ale.
Banana bread beer, and it's just an ale.
Cool.
It's 5.2%, so it's not high.
All right.
Challenger and Syrian hops. Styrian?
Syrian. You said Syrian.
Syrian.
They're from Syria.
There's a T in there.
Cheers, buddy.
All right, let's go.
We didn't get the nose on that either. We should have.
Banana.
Definitely
That's
banana.
pure banana.
Yeah. Very banana. Tastes very
Holy
banana.
shit.
It is banana-licious. It's Banana-rama.
That's light.
Yeah, it is light. You're getting that banana, for sure, as we've said 35 times already.
It's pure banana.
Mm-hmm.
And I do feel like it's more like a banana, like nut bread, like a banana nut bread.
Here's the thing, though. As far as beers that are flavored like banana or pumpkin, etc., 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 This one tastes like it may be artificially flavored banana.
Artificially inseminated?
Like they didn't take 100 bananas and put it into the batch to make it, I'm assuming. It's got to be like some kind of artificial flavor. And we've discussed this in the past. Like we will give props so much more to a brewery when they actually use the fruit or be it whatever and make it with it to get the real actual flavor, which typically because it doesn't taste as fruit forward or whatever they're using, pumpkin forward or anything of that sort, then, So does it say?
It says flavored malt beverage.
Yeah, so flavored means basically whatever. Flavored could be anything. It could be flavored with urine, but...
It says fresh bananas.
It does. So that's a good sign.
Pack a whole bunch of aroma.
Okay.
All right.
Well, it's good. It's good. We'll give it a higher ranking because it tastes like what it says it's supposed to taste like, correct?
Malt beverage brewed with bananas.
And probably.
And banana looks like, and like...
Let me see. You're just so blind.
It's on the front there. With bananas
yes.
and banana...
Yes.
What, extract?
Malt beverage brewed with bananas and banana flavored added.
Okay.
So they added their own flavor. So they're trying to get props for having actual real
So there's one banana in there.
Yes, but it's really made in the artificially flavored or whatever they want to call it.
Looks like my urine in the morning.
But I'll give them, once again, I'll give them props for making a beer that they say is a banana beer that tastes like a banana beer.
Not even banana bread. Like I feel like I taste the bread part.
Yes.
Like I taste the cakey banana cake.
It's good. It's good. Is it a go-to, like an everyday go-to? Absolutely not.
No. I wouldn't go buy a 6-pack. It's cool to try it, do it on the show. Somebody brought it over and be like, "Hey, try that." I mean, all right.
I think you got to start going to Total Wine a little bit more and get some of these
Total
singles.
Wine's got a selection.
A lot of singles, it seems like. Yes,
and they have an imported section and then a regular.
They have a lot of single women there too, or not?
There were two.
Well,
I don't know if they were single. But.
I get this guy in trouble. But yeah, solid beer, good stuff. Yeah. Thanks, John, for bringing that, man.
I figured, you know what? We want to expand our...
So, John, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm starting to, like, really think if you sit on whatever website it is that you're on looking for celebrity deaths, because I think, you're constantly posting them.
When somebody dies, something comes to me and just says, boom, check your phone because blah, blah, blah died.
Nowadays, I think 75% of the time I find out about a celebrity death or something of, like of that sort, it's from John. It's from John posting it on social media.
It's what I'm known for.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it happens way too much with the younger. I mean, look at it. The latest one was Lisa Marie Presley.
Yeah.
Right? She was at the Golden Globes one day.
I know, isn't that crazy, man?
Cardiac arrest the next.
Isn't that crazy?
She looked off, though, at the Golden Globes.
She's
only a few years older than I am.
She looked medicated, kind of.
Yeah.
He's such a great actor.
Yeah.
I love you. And her voice seemed deep, too.
Strange. Yeah, it was strange.
It was a little weird. But we that could just be the way she is, and we don't know her that well. So, we're not trying to say
this is somebody who was married to Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Right? They were married, right? Or just dating? I think they were married.
They were married.
Can you...
Quick marriage.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Now they're together again. Together again.
Yes. He's going...
So, she was in her 50s.
Yes.
And her dad died, and he was in... it was 42. 42 years old.
That's how
I just
old I
recently
am,
watched
man.
the Elvis movie. Have you seen the Elvis movie?
I haven't seen it yet, no.
Really good, man. It was really good.
And now I think they just found out she was actually she was a grandmother or something. I don't know if one of her kids or someone had a...
I think one of her kids passed, too.
Yes, for suicide.
Yeah.
Yes, which,
I don't know. Craziness.
Stuff, man.
Pure crazy. But I made a little list of all the people that we lost at a young age.
All right, let's go briefly. I mean, if someone...
Real quick.
Yeah.
Like, I was looking at Notorious B.I.G.
Yes.
I felt like we were listening to him for years. He was only 24 years old.
Yes. I was watching something recently, and I saw his age, And I was like, are you kidding me? I'm like,
And Tupac was 25.
Yeah, I'm like, they were just like a few years older than your drinking age, you know?
But look at Tupac, the music, all the movies he was in. The guy died when he was 25.
Yeah. Poetic Justice, was that it?
Poetic Justice.
Janet Jackson, yeah.
Juice.
Juice, yeah.
Heath Ledger, right? The Joker. He was 28.
Heath Ledger was, he was going to be.
That was unsuspected.
He was just at the start of his epic career that he was going to be really something.
Drugs are bad. Okay?
Well, he was prescription pills. I think he just didn't.
He overdid it. Yeah, he overdid it.
Yeah.
Aaliyah was 22 years old.
22.
Kurt Cobain.
27.
Kurt Cobain was 27 years old.
Part of the 27 Club, man. Janis Joplin.
Yes.
Jimi Hendrix.
Yep. Jim Morrison.
Jim Morrison. Yep.
How long were we listening to Nirvana for this guy to kill himself at 27?
It was 94 when he died, I think. So.
But, you know, that's insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah.
And to go on, like River Phoenix, 23 years old, Stand By Me. He was in so many movies.
Indiana Jones, The Last Crusade.
Yes, Running on Empty. Do you remember Running on Empty with Judd Hirsch, where the family was in like they were like bad people and they had to keep running from the FBI and changing their names?
No.
And he fell in love with the girl from Goonies, the ugly one.
The ugly one.
And they left to redo themselves, and he stayed back.
No, I didn't want. I knew the one with the when they were kids. What do you call it?
Explorers.
No.
With Ethan Hawke.
No, the one with their kids.
Stand By Me.
Stand By Me. Yeah,
Stand By
Me with Jerry O'Connell.
Remember Explorers with Ethan Hawke, where they built a spaceship and they went to space.
And Will Wheaton. What's that?
Yeah, Will Wheaton.
Yeah.
Running on Night in the Life of Jimmy Reardon. Like, this guy was in so many movies. I Love You to Death. Oh my God, that's hysterical, bro.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
And his brother, what a fantastic. Hopefully, his brother's a little nutty, but Joaquin.
He's nuts.
But amazing actor. I'm glad that he didn't follow in those addictive footsteps. Maybe he did. I don't know. And he's just living, but who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at these ages, and it's everybody's younger than me.
Who else you got in that novel you got going on there?
I mean, you got not as young, but you got. Chris Farley was 33. He was only 33 years old.
Yeah.
You know?
But we're seeing that
so is John Belushi.
We're seeing this from a perspective of guys who are in their 40s. So someone who might be like 20 might be like, not thinking anything of it.
Yeah.
I
just feel like, they're babies. I mean, they're just babies. It's insane. You said Jim Morrison. We mentioned him. Jimi Hendrix. We mentioned him.
Janis Joplin was 27.
Janis Joplin.
Yeah.
Brittany Murphy was 32.
She was young, yeah. Yeah, there was...
Paul Walker was 40, but that's young, man. To die in a car crash?
Yeah.
40's young. You're a young guy.
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah, he was young.
I mentioned John Belushi. Corey Haim. 38.
Yeah, that's right.
38.
A lot of these some people just can't have a lot of money sometimes. They do stupid things with it.
Then you got like Chester Bennington was 41.
Yes.
That's still, it's younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
So I just thinking about some of these people who passed away and they passed away way too early.
At those ages, it's just never natural causes. It's never something that it's either murder or drugs or suicide.
Yeah. I mean, I think 90% of everybody we just mentioned was
drugs or suicide,
except like Aaliyah was an accident.
Yes, or what was that? Left eye.
Selena.
Left
eye. Selena got shot.
Yeah. Late at night when all the world's. You never watched Selena?
No.
Oh, that's a good movie, actually.
No.
That's where Jennifer Lopez kind of really started, man.
She did, yeah. She did become famous from that movie.
Yeah. And people don't realize that. She was an actress, I think, before she was a singer.
No, she was a cheerleader.
Well, she was on Living Color, right?
Right, but I think she was a Laker girl. Wasn't she a Laker girl?
I'm not sure. But Living Color...
Living Color is where she started.
Okay, I'm sorry, but that's not getting a start, though. If you're like if you're a call girl.
Where'd Jim Carrey come from?
Call girls? Were that call girls? What were they called?
I don't think it was call girls.
Here are the call girls.
The call girls. Like, how much? What'd you want? What you want? $10. What you want?
What the hell were they called? But no one knew who she was. She was a background, you know?
Yeah.
So as far as big roles, like Selena was, I think, probably her first big role.
Yeah.
By the way, people, and I'm not like a huge Jennifer Lopez fan, but I am a pretty big Vince Vaughn fan. Watch the movie, and this is crazy because you don't see Vince Vaughn in a serious role that often. Watch the movie The Cell.
Oh, I've seen The Cell.
Oh my
yeah.
God. What a great movie that is. To enter the mind of a madman, basically, and, you know.
And the madman was
D'Inferno.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah.
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 Oh, it was a great movie. With the horse. When the horse
Yes.
cut the horse up
What
and all
a great
Yeah.
movie that people don't realize how great that movie
Yeah.
is.
She's got to get into the head of a psychopath.
So it's like kind of futuristic.
Yeah.
She's a therapist, and she was there was a boy in coma, and she was communicating with him by having their brave waves kind of linked together, where she could almost like enter his dreams
Because he kidnapped somebody and they're trying to find out where he put them.
Yes. So Vincent D'Onofrio, his character was a like a serial killer, this and that, and he was
It's like
capturing
a Silence of the Lambs type of guy.
So they end up finding him, and he had gone into a coma because of his condition, and there was still a girl missing, and she was in a room that the water kept coming in, and
Yeah.
eventually she was going to drown. So they had to find her quick, but the only way to find her was to enter the mind of this madman.
Yeah.
So in the end, I don't want to give too much away.
I think that's the whole movie. I think we did already.
But basically, it's interesting, though, because Jennifer Lopez is the one that does it and gets into his head, but you almost feel bad for the killer.
Yeah.
Because you see what he grew up
He had
with.
a fucked up life.
Yes, he grew up in a very abusive house, and the innocent part of him was the part that she was trying to communicate with, because that was going to be the way she was going to get that answer of where this woman was, or get the hint or key or anything of that sort. Great movie.
Very
Watch it.
Underrated movie.
Yes, I looked at Jennifer Lopez in a whole different light after watching that, and Vince Vaughn. I was like, wow, it wasn't Swingers.
Right. Did you ever see Vince Vaughn in, I think it's The Stepdad, or?
I don't know. I haven't.
No.
No. Is it good?
It's with John Travolta. I don't know if it's called The Stepdad. John Travolta's the real dad, and Vince Vaughn is marrying the wife, the kid, but he's like a bad guy. He kills people, and he's awesome movie, man.
Yeah.
Awesome movie.
It's interesting.
I miss Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, where has he been?
I don't know. Where's Vince Vaughn?
And we've said this before. A lot of these comics are actually really good actors. They're not just comedians.
Yeah. Look at Robin Williams on my list. 63 when he killed himself.
Yes.
I mean, that's old, but that's still too soon.
But he was in Good Will Hunting, and he had a role that was probably his best
Iconic.
role, and he wasn't even the main actor. He was probably the best role he's ever done. The way he put things, the way he talked to him, the way he, and just brilliant. Just brilliant.
he was a brilliant actor. Brilliant,
Yeah.
man. He went from Mrs. Doubtfire to Good Will Hunting.
And then I look at actors like Will Ferrell. You think Step Brothers. You think, but have you ever watched a role that is slightly more serious? I remember saying this about Stranger Than Fiction. It wasn't a serious. There were some funny parts about it, but when they put the trailer out there, they made it seem like it was a comedy. When I was watching it, I was like,
what movie?
Stranger Than Fiction. It's basically about a guy who realizes he's living the life of an author writing a book.
Okay.
And all her books are famous for the people dying at the end.
Oh.
And he's hearing it in his head. Like he had voices of his head of her saying whatever he's going to do. He brushes his teeth with 6 strokes, and he's doing it as she's talking. And his mission was to find out who's this woman talking. Dustin Hoffman's character actually helped him figure this out because
He's in that too?
yes, and they find out who she is, and now she's in a predicament because she realized when she sees him for the first time, she was like dumbfounded. She's like, "You're Harold Crick." She saw him, and she's like, and he goes, "I am Harold Crick." It was almost emotional.
Interesting.
Yes,
We've talked about that before with actors like that, like Adam Sandler. Did all those stupid movies. Then he did like Punch Drunk Love.
Spanglish was not a comedy.
Yeah.
It was more drama kind of esque. I mean, there were funny parts of it. I mean, it is Adam Sandler. He's a funny guy just naturally. But it wasn't a comedy, I would say, at all. Right. So it's cool to see these actors doing that,
I like when it get, that's how Tom Hanks was too. Splash, the man with one red shoe. And then all of a sudden now he's Forrest Gump and he doesn't even do comedies really anymore.
Yes, Captain Phillips or whatever.
Captain Phillips. Now he's Otto. Man
Yes.
Called. I want
So-
to see that Man Called Otto.
Do you know
or
what that
something
is,
like
right?
No.
So that's actually by an author famous in Sweden, and it's actually based off a book that I don't read. I listen to my books, but audiobook called A Man Called Ove.
Ove.
Yes.
Not Otto.
No, not Otto. They made it. They Americanized it.
Okay.
So, and very good book actually. After listening to it, and they actually have a movie on, I don't know if it's Hulu or one of those ones that you can watch of A Man Called Otto. So in a way, it's almost a remake
it's
of
a
that.
remake, huh?
Yes,
Interesting.
yes. You can watch that version. I'm sure Tom Hanks ones. With their budget, it's going to be a lot much better.
Sure.
Although I did watch Pinocchio recently, and that wasn't
With him as Geppetto?
Yes.
I haven't watched it yet. My
Yes.
kids watched it. They liked it.
And there's one with Guillermo del Toro.
There's another one, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
with it's just an animation kind of like that Tim Burton-esque stuff, going on there.
Yeah.
Or box trolls or whatever, with that kind of animation and everything. So,
Yeah. Well,
and I've watched both versions of the Pinocchio. I think Guillermo del Toro is kind of like, because he did Pan's Labyrinth. He did like these movies with, it's kind of out there. It's kind of
have you seen the new Pan's
twisted.
Labyrinth? You've watched it?
The new?
Remember the old one?
I remember the one from back in like the 90s.
David Bowie. That's
Oh.
the 80s.
No. That's
Labyrinth.
the Labyrinth.
Oh, it's different?
Yeah. Pan's Labyrinth is totally different.
Oh, I thought it was a remake. Oh, I thought it was the same thing, but just,
I wonder.
I don't know. I've only seen the Labyrinth.
I never pieced that together.
And that chick from Jennifer Connelly, right? I think she's in that.
Yes. Yes. I never pieced that together. I wonder if there's any kind
I
of,
don't know. I could be wrong.
because I think there were weird creatures. There's weird creatures in both of them.
Both, yeah. Labyrinth had weird
Oh
creatures.
God!
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, John. I'm going to
Strange
look that
movie.
up now because I wonder if there's any kind of affiliate or correlation or anything to the two.
Because
and
I think they were making a new one. Like they were going to renew it recently. Or if they have or haven't. I'm not
yes,
sure.
but with Guillermo del Toro, he does like some weird, like I don't know, like demon figures and stuff. He's weird.
He's a crazy guy. He comes up with
Yeah.
some crazy shit.
Yes, he's out of his mind. He's brilliant, but he's out of his mind.
And you're an M. Night Shyamalan fan.
Oh, I love him.
Have you seen the new one
No, I haven't. I need to. I want to.
with the in the cabin? The people
Yes.
with Batista from
Well,
WWE.
Yeah, with Batista. Yeah,
Yeah, I haven't seen that either. I have to see that.
I gotta watch that.
That looks really good.
Yes, yes. And then I gotta watch it too. The people talking about, I don't know if it's a movie, The Menu or something like that, with
Menu.
Ray Fiennes and
Yeah, I think I've seen. I think that's on Hulu, maybe.
I gotta watch that too.
You don't have HBO Max, right?
No.
There's a new show.
I started watching Kaleidoscope, by the way. I started watching it. We watched
Did
one
you?
episode. One
Only
episode
one?
so far. That's it. Yeah.
Well, how are you doing it?
I'm going with whatever Netflix plays next.
Whatever Netflix put on.
yeah,
That's what you're doing?
yeah. That's the way I'm gonna do it.
Great show if you watch it in order. Show is fucking whacked if you watch it out of order, which is supposed to be the whole thing. You can watch it out of order and figure it out.
Yeah.
I didn't like it that way.
So you watched it the Netflix way.
I made my own way. I watched in alphabetical order.
Oh.
I was like, I'm going to make my own way. I'm going to watch in alphabetical order. Totally screwy.
Oh, so you would suggest not watching it in alphabetical order?
I suggest watching it in chronological order.
Whatever way Netflix puts it out, maybe. I think Netflix put it out the way they felt that it should be put out, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. But White has to be the last episode, correct?
White has
so
to be
each
the last
episode, if you haven't heard of Kaleidoscope, each
But
episode
White
is named after a
shouldn't be the
color,
last
like
episode.
white, yellow, green,
Yeah.
whatever.
White should not be the last episode
No?
because it's not the last episode. But still a good show, all in all.
I don't know. We're going off here.
That and The White Lotus. You need to get HBO, man.
Yeah, I haven't. White Lotus is on HBO?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Really good show.
Stifler's mom?
Stifler's mom.
Yeah, but she screwed everything up by on Golden Globes when she says she dies. I'm like, well, no, I don't want to watch it. Thanks.
Well, the whole thing is every season is going to be shot at the White Lotus is a resort, and it's going to be shot at a White Lotus resort in different, and I believe each season is a different sin. Murder was one, I think greed was one.
Yeah.
And they're going to keep going with that, and they're going to bring somebody from one season carry it over.
Yeah.
She wouldn't be in every season. She carried over from one season to the other. Somebody else from season 2 will carry into season 3.
Got you.
And blah, blah, blah,
So there's a
blah, blah,
relation
blah,
to
blah.
it,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
About that time. Johnny,
All right.
I am doing one that I haven't had yet.
Is that open?
No. I will be cracking this one. Hear that rip.
Yellowstone.
Yes, Rip, not Van Winkle.
What's his last name? He doesn't have a last name. He's just Rip.
It's not Rip Torn.
Rip Torn.
Anyways, this is 1792.
special of the day.
This is a 12-year. You have other distilleries like Buffalo Trace that put out like a Weller 12-year. We're going a little bit different here. A bottle that is not necessarily. It's not as valuable as a Weller 12-year, but it is. It's still valuable. It comes in at 48.3% alcohol, a little bit less than your bottled and bond which would be 100. 1792. I hate their bottles. I really do.
Plain Jane.
Well, it's not that. It's not that. I hate their bottles because they're so bloody wide. So when I put them on my bar here, I have to kind of angle them because they take up so much freaking space. You know, I want a bottle that's slimmer so I can fit more bottles on my shelves. Horrible design on the bottle. It's just too wide. It's fancy looking. It was almost too fancy looking the first time I had it. I was like, if I want to go to bourbon, I don't know if I like this. It just looks too fancy. But the liquid is good, so, you know. The 12-year will be a first for me and a first for John as well.
Not a first for Epstein.
Are we going back to that?
No.
All right. Johnny, I'll give you a little.
That's a little.
It's a little.
It smells fantastic.
So this one I was having, it was harder for me to find around here. And I actually I don't know if I did a trade online or something for this one, but I said I've been wanting to try it. And sometimes when you do these things online, these bourbon groups and things of that sort, you can actually find bourbon, because other states, you could have somewhere in like Nevada or something, hey, you get a bourbon that's regularly there at a reasonable price, and they'll sell it for $20, $30 more, which is still cheaper than what we would buy for it here, for it here. So it works out sometimes.
That's strange, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
You can find something you can't find here in another state.
I think
it's worth less.
It's all about
here, it'd be more.
distribution and distributors and who owns what and who's putting what out, you know, and who's being shady with stuff. So
cheers.
Cheers.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it is. There's nothing I can say that I don't like about it.
Smooth.
It is. Yeah, it's smooth. I mean, it's not extremely high proof. What's a Weller 12 out of 12-year Weller? Let me see if I can grab that. So a Weller 12-year is 90 proof. So this is higher.
This is higher.
Mm-hmm.
This was 48.3.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So 106.6.
Yeah.
Weird number.
Which is pretty good. I thought I stepped in the water. As far,
so you have a bunch though. You got full proof, which is a higher proof.
Yeah, full proof is basically there's no watering it down. It's the way it comes out of the barrel is the way it comes out of the barrel.
Okay. It is darker, or unless that's lighting. Bottled in bond, and sweet wheat.
Sweet wheat, yeah.
So is this the collection, or is there more?
Yeah, there's others.
There's others.
Yeah. No matter what, as a collector, you're never gonna get with Weller you can do it where you can get. I think I'm one bottle away. I need a single barrel, but where you can get like the full collection, or like Four Roses where you can get every recipe, even though every recipe can vary a decent amount because every barrel is different on this barrel.
That's your rose garden?
My rose garden, yes. I have my rose garden now. And then,
Oh, your Blantons, right? With the horses, the different horses?
Oh, God. So that's for example. It's going to be almost next to impossible to get every Blantons because there's some anniversary ones or ones that are worth, mucho dinero. There's E.H. Taylor, same thing. You can get like a Warehouse C Tornado version that could be like $5,000 or something. You're not going to get it. I'm not a huge fan of, getting stuff where the bourbon's going to taste almost the same when you're spending $1,500. I would never open a bottle like that.
Gotcha.
You've seen it around my bar. I have a lot of bottles that might be older or whatever, and they're not open. They're not open because I'm not going to... For me, I'd rather wait 10 years and if we need to sell them because I need money, they're there. You know, I'm not going to drink them. I don't think. You know, unless it's like a special occasion. I'm finding out I'm dying, or something of that sort.
Is that when we open up the Pappy?
Yeah. That's a Rip Van Winkle. Rip Van Winkle is not Pappy technically. So Pappy is the 15s and over. So. But yeah, that's when you'll see me start doing it, or I'm like drunk, or it's some really special occasion. You know, let's break it open. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. You know,
yeah.
Because to me, some of these lower end bourbons, I've said this before, I'll say it again, are not, like pretty much not too far off some of these really high end ones. You know, for the price. You know, so. Like I said, some of them are there just to collect dust, I guess, for me. And I've tried them all. Don't get me wrong. It's not like, oh, you're not going to try it. You know, I've had them before. Pretty much all of them I've had before. And yes, they're great. Are they great to take whatever, 800, 1,000, whatever? I never paid that much for money for a bottle, by the way. But, you know.
So he says.
No. I've gotten lucky. Let's just say that. I've come across ones for wearing couple $100 or this or raffles or things of that sort where I just got lucky and got them. Yeah, right. Anyways.
Which is what the beer festival should do. Raffle off some of this good stuff.
Yeah, or any festival. Yeah, or any raffle for that matter. So I saw someone recently had posted someone had posted like a rare like Michter's 25-year-old rye or something like that. And they go, this is the stuff that should be on Price is Right. You know, these are things that you should be wanting to win. You know, because some of the stuff is just so rare to get it and to have something. I had someone I was doing a trade with, and he goes, "Oh, I think he said my boss has a Weller, antique Weller from 1994. I said, I'll be honest with you, man. I'm like, it's cool to own, it's cool to have, but I'm basically spending triple, quadruple the price for something I can get that tastes exactly the same. Right. You know, right. It's just going to be a dust collector for me. So
yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
all right.
Good day.
Good day. Some
good thing.
Some good English beers.
Yeah. This is the second week in a row. You didn't mention my hat though.
Oh yes, you've worn this twice, didn't you?
You didn't mention it last week.
I think I'm like, John, why are you buying the same hat as me, man? You know,
got my poor man's poison hat, man.
John couldn't hold. Every time I wore my poor man's poison hat, John's like, I like that hat.
I like that hat.
Damn, that's a cool hat. He gave in. He gave in.
I bought one. So
you still haven't worn the hat I gave you.
Poor man's. I wear it all the time. I wear it to basketball practice. Girls like, what's Buffalo Trace?
For the Christmas episode when I gave him the.
Don't worry about it.
Gotta wear it on the show, bro. Gotta wear it on the show.
I'll wear it on the show.
All right.
Shout outs today go to Seven Brothers. Seven Brothers Juicy IPA out of.
Was that Manchester? Or
Manchester, England?
Yes.
United Kingdom? What's the difference between United Kingdom and England?
Well, United Kingdom...
And Great Britain.
United Kingdom is the whole...
The whole thing?
It's like Scotland, England, yeah.
And England and Great Britain?
That's just that section of United Kingdom, so...
But what's the difference between Great Britain and England?
Well, one is greater than the other.
Gotcha.
All right.
Shout out to Eagle Brewery, making that banana bread beer, man.
Yes.
BANANAA, bananas. Going banana. Shout out to
1792.
Is that the new Yellowstone?
Yes. Yes, it's the new episode of the new series, 1792, and it revolves around bourbon.
Shout out to all the celebrities we lost that were young.
Yes.
Anybody that was young, not even just celebrities. Anybody who dies young. And shout out to you.
And shout out to people who think beer can make
the world go round.
Go round in peace. Because all we are saying is to give peace a chance.
Give peace a chance. John Lennon, he was 40 years old. No. Hold on.
No, he wasn't that old.
John Lennon was... I don't know. But 40 years old. He was shot and killed at 40 years old. How many years of
1980, I think.
The Beatles are there? How many years of the Beatles? And you wouldn't think a guy so young.
Yeah.
They were around for so long.
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
Shout out to you.
Well, life is short. Enjoy it. Have a beer.
have a beer, have a bourbon,
Have a bourbon.
and enjoy life.
Cheers, guys.